Hey guys, I'm Aquino here, and I'm here to tell you that unfortunately the Greek campaign is dead because I looked at my saves file as illustrated by this image. I looked at my saves file, and the last save in the Greek campaign was from March 1st, which was when I was sieging by Lazora, and the autosave was from my Scythian campaign. So since it would be impossible to get back to the point that I was at before, then it is unfortunately dead. But all hope is not lost, because now you can vote for the next campaign that I will play in a bunch of different games. The first one being the Europa Barbarorum mod for Rome to the War. I said the Europa Barbarorum mod for Rome to the War. Why make so many pictures for this? Okay. Okay, what was I saying here? Okay. Anyways, here it is. And there's no sound here, which I did purposefully so you could hear me talking. As you can see, all the skins look pretty nice and new. And here is the Praetorian Cavalry skin, which are a lot worse than they were in Rome to the War because the Roman cavalry really wasn't that good. Here's what I'm fighting: the naked fanatics, and with the Europa Barbarorum, you can I downloaded the modesty patch, which makes them wear loincloths because I didn't really want them to be completely naked because for two reasons. One, I don't want my sister or my mom coming in and saying, "Ew, why are they naked?" and stuff. And I don't want if I'm at school, then I don't want if I don't want someone saying, "Hey guys, look, Mick's looking at dicks." And two. And two, I don't want any angry moms writing to me saying ew, your channel's gross or something like that. I don't know. And then here I'm just showing the better AI of Europa Barbarorum. The naked fanatics actually try to flank me, but they fail. But whatever. It's better than Rome to the War AI, where they would just charge straight at you. And also, in this mod, naked fanatics stand a lot more of a chance against Roman infantry. They still will probably die since there's only 60 of them and there's 100 and so men in my first cohort. But still, they stand a lot more of a chance. And there you can see that Praetorian cavalry throws javelins in this and stuff. So yeah, and then they ran away. I guess that was because to conserve men, which would be smart in campaigning. And here naked fanatics also throw javelins in this. So yeah. And yep. And here I demonstrate the charge, which isn't as effective in Rome to the War, especially since Praetorian cavalry doesn't have lancing spears; they just have their little spears. So Praetorian cavalry really isn't very good charging cavalry. And even if this was a very powerful like a Bactrian cataphract or something like that, then it still wouldn't really had a devastating charge like in Rome to the War. Because that in real life cavalry wasn't as devastating as it is in vanilla Rome. It's more like it is in Europa Barbarorum, which I like. It makes the battles go on longer and and there's more strategy to it than just, okay, go around, okay, do a flanking attack, okay, there you win. So yeah, the naked fanatics are slowly dying. I'm not showing this whole battle, obviously, since there are a lot of cuts. This battle was originally like 5 minutes long. Okay, so that's all I have to show you from the battle. Here's the campaign map, which as you can see extends far to the east. You have the full Seleucid Empire. You can place Bactria as well. Plays Armenia. You can play the Sabines, or whatever they're called. You can play Macedonians, the Carthage, Romans, Pontus, Parthians, Saka, Aedui, Suevos, which are the Germany people, Cass, which are Britannia, Saramate, which is Scythia, Getae, Dacia, Quinn and Helon, Greek cities, Arverni, Ptolemeo, blah. It's going too fast for me. And then there were Lusitanians and Epirotes. So yeah, the next game I think will be Stainless Steel, for a mod for Medieval 2. And yeah, I think I made too many screens here too, since I have to record this after I made the video and stuff. I'm recording this in Windows Movie Maker. So here's stainless steel, which also has an extended map to the east, and there are lots of new factions too. And you can play as Norway, you can play as Kiev and Rus, you can play as the Knights Templar, you can play as Lithuania, and then we can't find any new factions for a second here. And then I'm not going to show a battle here because it's a lot like Med 2 in battles. There's Aragon, Ireland, the Khwarezmian Empire, and here I have and here I take a long time trying to find the Kuman Khanate. There's also the Republic of Genoa, that's the third from the left on the bottom, which replaces Milan, and doesn't have Milan. So yeah, when the game starts and stuff. And I go over it a few times here. I just kept thinking that the faction button was brown and not cyan, since its color on the campaign map is a dirty brown kind of thing. So yeah, and the next mod, the next game, is Third Age Total War, which is a Lord of the Rings mod for Medieval 2 Total War. And here I'm not going to show a battle. I'm just going to show the intro for it, which also has no sound, but because I made it so that there was no sound, and I just forgot to put on sound. So yeah, there's no sound, and I figured that out, but I just decided to record this anyways. And it's a really nice intro too, even without sound. So yeah, this game takes place a few years before the War of the Ring in the books, and I actually haven't read all the books. I read book 1, but just about a month ago. But then I decided I would go to the library to get book 2 and book 3. But I just am too lazy to go to the library. Luckily, there's a library right beside my school, so when school starts, I'll go get that and stuff. So yeah, here's a pretty nice intro. There's Minas Tirith. And then here's a battle in the intro with, I think, the horseman of I think Rohan, though I'm not exactly sure, is facing the Orcs of Mordor. And here are the Rohan horsemen. And cavalry is pretty overpowered in Third Age Total War compared to the other mods, where cavalry is a lot less powerful than vanilla. And probably because that it's not the stats are different or anything. It's just that a lot of factions are very cavalry limited. Like Mordor doesn't even have cavalry, I think, except for those warg things, which aren't the best cavalry. They're pretty good, but they aren't the best. So yeah, cavalry is a lot better in Third Age Total War, especially if you start with cavalry generals, since Mordor doesn't start with cavalry generals either, or stuff like that. And yeah, I don't suggest doing that in the main game, but it looks cool and stuff. Here's the loading screen. And yeah, it has some nice quotes, new backgrounds. And I'm just going to show the factions you can play as here. You can play as Gondor, you can play as Rohan, you can play as Dale, the Dwarves, the Free Peoples of Eriador, which is just like the Shire and Bree and towns around there. Plays the High Elves, the Sylvan Elves, I don't know how to pronounce that. Mordor, Isengard, the Orcs of the Misty Mountains, or as some people say. The Orcs of Gundabad are next, which is the newest faction. You can play as Harad, or you can play as Run. So yeah, it's a pretty sweet game, and it's pretty fun and different from Med 2 Total War. They also have a completely new campaign map and all that they designed, and it looks pretty good. Here is the next game, which is Europa Universalis III, made by Paradox Games. It's not as famous as Third Age, not Third Age, but the Total War series and Civilization. And the Civilization series, which is the next game, which I shouldn't have spoiled, but whatever. So you can play as any country on the campaign map just by clicking them, from 1399 AD to 1821 AD. And I'm just going around the world showing you all the countries now. Play as, I could click on any one of those countries and play them. And I'm just showing you all the countries and stuff. Not every single one of them, that would take way too long. But this video purposes, I just decided to play as France. just for demonstration purposes. So here's the map on terrain mode, which I don't really like to play on. I like to play on political mode, so I can see all the provinces and stuff. So then here are the armies. Here's my main army, which is like 9,000 men, I think. Over 9,000! But just 9,000. Stupid references. So then, here's some information about my empire, relations with people, advisors, my king, blah blah blah, military, religion, ideas and sliders and all that stuff. It looks really complicated, but you can really get into it after a bit, and you can offer an alliance with nations. You can give them gifts. You can do all stuff with other nations. Right now, I'm going to send some merchants to the center of trade here, and the blue provinces are mine, by the way, and the other colored provinces belong to other nations. So now, just for purposes of this video, just to show you how war works, I'm going to declare war on Avignon. That doesn't really work, since, well, it isn't really that good, since I just lost a bunch of stability. And stability, as I said, increases your revolt risk along with other things, which will make rebels more likely to appear. And rebels are a lot more troublesome than total war games. They actually take over your provinces, and and cause a negative effect, like if peasant rebels take over your provinces, they get a minus 50% thing to tax, and if nationalist rebels take over your provinces, then they might actually form their own country. And here I actually unpause the game, and they get all these. I get bombarded with messages like Scotland dishonors my alliance, and people declare war on each other, and trade league compacts and stuff, breaking them and stuff, which you don't really need to know about. I don't really do anything with that, but I just keep the message on since it's by default on. So I'm gonna march to Avignon and do this battle. And here's how battles work. It's just dice rolls and stuff. It's less interesting than Total War, and I'm not sure. And it's a bit more strategic than Civ, but not much. And it's not as pretty as Civ. So now I could either choose to assault this, or I could just starve it out. You don't have to assault this like in Total War games, but you don't have to assault either, but they usually sally out, so yeah. And usually that fort would stand up better, but for some reason it didn't, probably because it was the last province and stuff of a one-province nation. So I decline Avignon's peace offer. Here's the war screen. It says I have 100% won the war, and they have to wait for a diplomat to arrive a bit. Pause. And then I could choose to annex them, or I could demand that they offer some sort of tribute, like they just concede defeat, or they become my vassal, or I could do a number of other different things. But since Avignon is a one-province nation at the start of the game, then they have nothing to give. So I can also offer white peace or offer tribute, though I don't want to do that, so I just annex. And they get the province, and they also get a bunch of infamy, which, among a few other minor things, makes it. I'll just open up a province diplomacy screen here, and you'll see that my relations are declining pretty rapidly with that person, and most other nations too, mostly because of my infamy. And when nations are low and relations are low, then they will want to declare war on you and stuff. And also, when you're declaring war, you don't always have to do that. You don't always have to lose stability. You have a nice casus belli, which is a reason for declaring war, but I didn't there, so that's why that happened. You can also vote for Civilization 4, which I did have some gameplay from, but I don't want this video to extend the time limit. You can also vote for Fall from Heaven 2, the mod for Civilization 4, which has dragons and fantasy stuff, and it's really fun, and it has some nice terrain as well. And once again, here are the games that you can vote for, scrolling by, because I put it on credits. There you go, and I'll put it in the description too. So yeah, hope you like this video, vote, and bye.